Hey, it's Sarah with House Copper. We're going to do an experiment today. This is my husband's idea, and he's filming, so everybody say hi, John. And he said, "Why don't we just show people how easy it is for tin line copper to get soft? Because copper and tin, while they bond molecularly, tin is still naturally a metal with a very low heat melting point. So I'm going to heat this pan dry. When people start using tin line copper, they kind of start to treat it. I think there's a tendency to forget that it's so heat sensitive, and we rev up the heat like a stainless pot or a cast iron pot. So what I'm going to do now is an absolute no-no, which is to heat a pan dry. But I'm going to also time it and show you how quickly the tin gets soft. So then I get to repair this pan. But I'm gonna start the timer over here, and we're gonna start the heat. And I'm putting it on medium high. And John, if you want to come closer and watch it, it's gonna take a little while for the whole pan to get hot. And I'll point out when I see the tin getting soft. And this can happen if you don't have the bottom of the pan completely covered with liquid or food or oil or butter. So if you have maybe a steak or some onions and they don't cover the whole pan, you can even do this while you have food in the pan. Cut. Okay, the cat apparently thinks it needs to come over here, so I'm also going to be on the cat duty. But what we're going to be watching for is the whole pan's going to get hot, and it's shiny because I actually did a decent job tinning this in a few places. But because tin melts at 450 degrees, give or take, the pan just needs to get hot the whole time. So I can tell already that it is getting overheated because you can see it in the middle. The tin is actually darkening, and there you go. That's it. It took 1 minute and 48 seconds for the tin to be this soft. There you go. That's literally all it took. And now I get to redo this pan. Now, the beauty of this is, tin cools fast, and so does copper. So already the tin is cooling, and just by blowing on it, you can see it's not shiny anymore because it's already cooled. So now if I were to take this, maybe a few places, but notice I can't make those big, there I can, I guess, but it's kind of burned off some of the food. It's harder to make these big scrapes because it's already cooling that fast. You could quench it in cold water. If you're not a tinsmith, this is still completely usable. Wash it off, clean it off with some soap and water, and it will still work exactly the same way. The tin isn't like loosened; it's not going to fall off. When it cools, it just reconnects to the copper, so it's still completely usable like this. And but that just is showing you how quickly it happens. So there you have it. Ta-da! I destroyed a pan in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Cut. Well, should we use something besides wood?
No. Why do you need to use anything other than wood? This is my husband who really wants to melt this tin down for some unknown reason. Do you want it to like melt off like in like drips? Like what is your goal?
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal. Okay. It's not going to take that much because it's already still pretty warm. Like you're waiting for it to you might not see as much there's no flux on this right now.
I hear you.
So it's not going to like drip the way it would with if you sprayed flux on there.
What if I had a piece of meat on a fork and I just slid it around? Would
The
tin come up on
tin
the
would
sides?
come up. The tin would come off on the food.
Should we try that?
Why?
I don't know.
It's, oh my god, look at that thing. I'm kind of not looking forward to fixing this right now.
I'll make it worse for you then.
Some of that's food.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are all legs.
That's, well, some of that's food from when Will was cooking. But it's also burning the tin. I mean, that's tin you're pulling up.
Yeah.
Is your pyromaniacness coming out right now?
Oh, shiny, we can make this.
This is so inappropriate. John. There, it's like dripping right over here. See how it's pooled?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's just all just pools of tin. Mm-hmm.
More work for you.
Yep, thanks. Appreciate it. It's kind of
I
freaking
think
me
we're
out.
ruining our
You're ruining the spoon too.
wood spoon.
Can you just maybe shut? This is making me nervous, kind of slightly.
I don't think it's gonna explode or anything.
No, it's just this is gonna be not fun now. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
hot. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
What? Yeah, it's all honey. What are you showing me? Yeah,
Oh, I hear ya.
you're almost down to the copper in the middle.
Just about.
Actually, you did. You got over to the copper over there. You can see the copper. You can't because you're colorblind.
Well, that's true.
You're burning the tin off at this point. Like the tin is like burning.
Well,
Yeah, you're getting little tiny pieces of tin. Good job. Okay.
yeah, but wouldn't this be an example of something you'd receive from other people?
Sometimes, or no, the dark is the oxidation. Okay, you're literally burning it on. Can you always shut it off now?
we'll
It's
show
freaking
you.
me out.
We'll show you.
Okay.
It's hot.
Yep. But now what you don't want to do.
Look at the handle.
Yeah. So now if you were to like bang this around, you'd bend it.
Yeah.
You'd bend that handle off or bend it way down and it'd be a pain to get back up. And you don't want to quench it. Like if you were to pour cold water in this right now, we'd probably have some smoke alarms going off. I can't believe we did that. Thank you for destroying that pan.
You bet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll remake it again.
Yeah, I will.